Can I tell you one more thing? I'm going tonight to speak somewhere. You all know what happened in Brazil. In Brazil, for those of you that don't know, for the Messiah to return, in order for the Messiah to return, the wall between Jew and Christians has to come down. It has to. The one new man. It has to happen. We've been working, all of us have been working 8 years here, 16 years in Portland almost, to tear that wall down. It's been a long road. It's now becoming accepted. 4 or 5 years ago, it wasn't accepted. I look at Hava's dad right over there. He was the first Jewish Christian pastor in the nation of Israel. 1948. The building the Daystar's in right now, I went there and filmed a couple months ago. They took me over. I hadn't been to the building, took me over. We got out. I said, I've been here. That was Hava's dad's first church. They would park their cars and run in one at a time as a family and as church members as the Palestinians would shoot at them from across the hill. And for years it looked like the church isn't going to turn. We were called heretic for what we were teaching. We're Judaizing Jesus. And I'd say he was a Jew. When we went to Brazil, can I have 3 minutes? Seriously, 3 minutes? Because this is going to amaze you. What we want to accomplish in Israel is for the Israeli government to allow Marranos, Jews who were forced into conversion 500 years ago, to allow them fulfill the prophecy in Obadiah that right before the Messiah, the Sephardic Jews would return to the Negev desert. In Israel, if you're a Christian, if you're a Jew but you believe in Jesus, you have to renounce Jesus before you can move back. So we went over a few months ago to have a meeting. Can we change this? We met with some government officials. They said, we'd love to have this. Why? Because the Jewish population in Israel is going down and the Muslim population is going up, and just in demographics, they're going to lose the country. So we said if we could bring in a couple million Jews, but they believe in Jesus, don't force them to convert. That's never been allowed. The last election in Israel a couple months ago was the first time the ultra-Orthodox has not been part of the Knesset. That's holding it back, all right? So then we go to Brazil on dealing with the Marrano issue, forced conversion. The Catholic Church burned tens of thousands of people alive because they're Jews. The Catholic Church has never been allowed to say it's a sin because they're God on earth, they can't sin. 2 Catholic priests got up and said, with the blessings of certain cardinals, we say to you, forgive us, we have sinned. And for an hour, now watch this. The reason I'm telling you this is I want you to realize how fast God's blessing is going to happen on you. Hava's dad started this in 1948. Joseph around the same time. And everything's moved that far with the church. In the last couple of years, after these priests looking at us said, forgive us. We were a cancer. We were a monster. We sinned. We're blown away. The next day, the current pope resigns. Only one other in history has ever done that. We're thinking, we asked these priests, did you know this was going to happen? We're out dinner, we're watching on TV. They said, we had no idea. The day after we left Brazil, these 2 priests and a friend of ours went to Argentina. Met with the Archbishop of Argentina and said, basically, we have got to tear down the wall between Jew and Gentiles. That archbishop said, that's God. That archbishop is now the Pope.